Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are going to go over my first week of February's sales, 1st through the 7th. And today is the 8th. So trying to do this pretty quickly, get back into the habit of doing these what sold videos pretty quickly after the time frame that I'm going over, just so I can keep on track with them again. If you're new here, my name is Kami and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. I go to thrift stores, garage sales, all sorts of different places and purchase clothing and shoes to then sell online for a profit. So if you are interested in reseller related content, like what sold videos like this one, also thrift hauls, thrift with me's, things like that, feel free to subscribe. It would really help my channel. It's the most free and easy way to help support my channel. I think I'm at like 366 maybe subscribers. And by the end of 2023, I would love to get 1,000 subscribers. So if you would like to see more content from me, please go ahead and subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell notification. And anytime during this video, if you're enjoying it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up before you leave. But we will go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm doing a different way of doing what sold videos than I did previously before I took the break from YouTube. And basically, I still am going to have some information over here that I'm going to go over, but I'm actually going to show you the listing because now that I'm on a couple different platforms, I'm going to try this out, see how it goes. So I am using Zoom. So hopefully this little menu at the top goes away soon, but with it up there, you guys should be able to see all this information, but we'll go ahead and get started. So on February 1st, I sold this BP salmon pink slashy long sleeve cardigan, and it was a plus size. It was 4X. I did get it at the bin, so my cost of goods was only 79 cents. It sold for $12, which means my profit was $8.26, and it sold in 294 days. So definitely longer than I would have liked to have it out there, but I had such a low cost of goods in it. I still made an okay profit. All right, the second sale on the 1st of February was this pair of kids Birkenstock sandals. I believe they were a size 2, but they were in really good condition. I'll kind of move through here to show you guys, but I got them at a garage sale actually in my neighborhood, and my average cost of goods that day was $4.08. So I did have a little bit higher cost of goods in this pair of shoes, but it sold for $20. My profit ended up being $11.92, and it sold in 91 days. So right around that 3-month mark that I like so much. This next item was actually a really cool find. So there was a random Sunday garage sale in my area, not neighborhood, but they were basically filling giant trash bags for I think $5 or $10. And so I ended up getting, I think, 2 trash bags full of stuff, but my average cost of goods of everything in there ended up being 44 cents per item, which was amazing. I did find this belt there. It is a Martin Dingman, which I had not heard of previous to this, but I did find out it's a pretty decent menswear brand, but it was a belt that actually had the tag still attached and everything like that. And it also came with an extra loop, I guess. I don't know what it would have an extra one in there, but I guess if you break it or something like that. But this was like a leather belt. It was very nice. It had a very nice rich brown color to it. So this sold for $40. Like I said, my cost of goods was only 44 cents from that garage sale. And so my profit ended up being $31.56, and actually sold in 43 days. So pretty quickly. The next sale, I believe this one that started on the 2nd of February. This was an Eileen Fisher oatmeal kind of beigeish color. It was organic linen, and it was a pair of trouser pants. So these sold for $35. My cost of goods was $5.99 at a Goodwill. And so my profit ended up being $22.01, and it sold within 61 days of listing. So again, a pretty decently quick flip. Then that same day, this Athleta speckled, I'll try and get in a little bit closer so you can kind of see it was like black, but then it had some gray speckled, and then the inside was gray with black speckled. But it was this Speedlight Gravel tank top. I had it for a while, so I actually sent out offers on it. I got it at a 2nd Avenue, which, oh my gosh, 2nd Avenue. If you're on the East Coast, that is my favorite thrift store that I've ever seen on the East Coast. Specifically the one, not the one, but a one in New Jersey, just across the Philadelphia border. So we went there on vacation, and I think I hit up that thrift store probably 3 or 4 times while we were up there, brought a bunch of stuff back. It was amazing. Anyway, I had $4.50 into it. It sold for $12, but I did give a $1.72 shipping discount. And so my profit was $2.83, but I was ready to see it go because it sold in 489 days, which is a long time to hold on to this. And I was ready to get rid of it. Also on that day, it sold this Disney Parks Epcot Mickey like spaceship sipper. So it was a cup, and you can see here that it screw, like the top screwed off, and you could put a drink in there, and then it had this really fun little swirly straw on it. I thought it was really cool. It was new with tags, the tag on the bottom, and then all the instructions and all the paperwork were inside. It did only sell for $10, but it was kind of an odd shaped item. So I was happy to get it out of my closet because I just kind of put random odd shaped things in there. So I actually got this at a garage sale for $1. On garage sale days, I average out my cost of goods. So that's what that day's average cost of goods was. So it sold for $10. My profit was $6.05, and it sold in 207 days. I got a ton of interest on it, but no bites until I believe someone actually sent me this $10 offer. Then this Bowden blue kind of lace-up detail dress sold. It sold for $24. My cost of goods was $4.24 from a local consignment store, and I gave a shipping discount of $1.72. So my profit was $13.24, but I had had it almost a year. It sold 361 days after I listed it, so I was definitely happy to get rid of it. Oh, this sale and this brand. So if you don't know, Smartwool is definitely a bolo. Absolutely love this brand. Make really good quality, a lot of times wool based, merino wool, regular wool based items. This was a men's thermal. It had a brown, gray tie-dye print to it, and it was a plant-based dye, and it was a hooded shirt. It wasn't, I wouldn't say a hoodie, it was more lightweight like a shirt, but it was hooded. So it was also an extra large, which was amazing. It actually sold on eBay. So with how much they paid me for shipping, because I do have calculated shipping on my items, I received $66.15. It cost me $6.60 to ship it out. And my cost of goods was $6.59 at a Goodwill. And so my profit on this one item was $43.72, and it sold in 8 days. Every single Smartwool piece I have ever picked up has sold really, really fast, and most for really good money. So if you see it, I definitely get it. I've even sold some that have like small holes and things like that in it, but it was a really awesome piece. It was in really good condition, and I hope that the buyer enjoyed it. All right, we have a really bright piece now. This was an Athleta, like neon green, ultimate stash pocket pair of tights leggings. So these sold for $26. My cost of goods was $5.99 at a Goodwill, and so my profit was $14.81, and they sold in 48 days. I picked it up just because I feel like sometimes those brighter, kind of strange colors or styles can sell. And this was a newer Athleta piece, and you can tell from on their label whether it's the like pull tab or if it's printed on the item. If it says the name of the style on here, then it's going to be a newer style. I believe this one was 21. Actually, I don't know, because the interior material tag that has the date on it was ripped out, but it was definitely a newer item, and I was happy to sell it. All right, so for whatever reason, I did not write down the days that each item sold, but just know that they sold between the 1st and the 7th. I will do better next time to put that up there, but we are now on over to eBay. So this was a Bowden brown, white, blue kind of circle print. They called it a painted hoops print. And it was a tunic top. It was also a plus size. It was a size 16. So it sold for $25.74 on eBay. That's what I received, including what they paid for shipping. My cost of goods was $4.49 at a Goodwill, and it cost me $3.91 to ship it out. So my profit was $13.03, but this was definitely an older Bowden style. And from the tag, you could also tell it was a little bit older, but it sold in 29 days. So I'm pretty happy with it. I made a decent profit and it sold pretty quickly. The next item that sold was on eBay. It was this pair of Athleta Dusty apricot. It was kind of like a peachy, dark orange kind of color. It was a pair of Trekkie North shorts. They have the like ripstop material in it, which basically means if you get a tear in it, it won't continue. It just is that hole. So I had actually 2 pairs of this, and I still have the other pair for sale, but I found 2 items at the same time at a Second Avenue. I don't remember if this was in Philadelphia or in Virginia, but I paid $6.99. The buyer paid me $31.45, and it cost $2.55 to ship it out. So my profit was $14.87, and it sold in 30 days. So again, another pretty quick flip. Back on over to Poshmark. This was a Madewell navy blue embroidered top. You can see the embroidery here is like a lighter blue and an orange color. I thought it was really pretty. It had some fringe on the bottom, but I had it for quite some time. So I accepted an offer of $15. My cost of goods was only $1.25, as I did find it in the bins. And also with the bins, I do an average cost of goods. But if I went to an actual thrift store, I just put what I paid for that item. But had $1.25 in it. And so my profit was $10.75, but I had it for sale for 245 days. All right, next item to sell was this Judy Blue, which I do really love selling this brand of jeans. And I know that skinny jeans are supposed to be on the way out, but supposedly skinny jeans are on the way back in for spring, but I do still pick them up, and I have never stopped picking them up. But this was a pair of black wash skinny jeans, and they sold for $35. My cost of goods was $5.10 from an Uptown cheapskate when they were having a really good clearance sale. I did give $1.72 shipping discount. So my profit was $21.18, but again, another pretty quick flip. It sold in 37 days of listing it. Next was this pair of Patagonia brown stretch all-wear shorts. These sold for $20. My cost of goods was only 79 cents, but I did get them in the bins, and I did give a shipping discount of $1.72. So my profit was $13.49. These did take a while to sell. They took 293 days. So I still love picking up Patagonia. I will hardly ever pass it up unless the price is too high or has a lot of wear, but I really enjoy picking up Patagonia pieces. Madewell is another brand that I love picking up. So this was a Madewell black, it's later at night, Madewell blue, white checkered, textured cotton wrap top. So it wrapped and then it had a tie right here at the bottom to kind of close it all together. So that sold for $19. I did have $4 cost of goods into it from a local thrift store at some, I don't know what place we were visiting and vacationing there, but at a local thrift store. And it sold for $19. My profit was $11.20, and it took 133 days to sell. This was, I think, my only full price sale of the week, and it really surprised me. So it was this Rails black white plaid top. Now, when I originally purchased this, I thought it was just a regular top. However, when I got home and researched into the style, it was actually a pajama top, and it came in a set of a top and a bottom. So I did list it at $28, but it sold for full price. So my cost of goods was $5.99 at a Goodwill. And so my profit was $16.41. But the other surprising thing is it sold one day after I listed it. So pretty quick flip. It was very soft. It was in very good condition. So I think that's why it sold full price, but still surprising. All right, another really bright item, but from one of my favorite athletic wear brands, athleisure wear brands to pick up. It's a Beyond Yoga neon, really bright green, caught in the midi leggings. I was able to find the style name of this. They were in such good condition. But again, being brighter, I think it just took the right person to come along and buy them. But my cost of goods was $5.99 from a Goodwill. I had it sold for $23. My profit was $12.41, and it took 63 days to sell. My next sale is also a Beyond Yoga piece. This is a darker green, definitely not the bright green, but a darker green, kind of V-neck, oversized top. It was very lightweight, breezy, very breathable. This sold for $24. My cost of goods was $4.89 at a Goodwill, and I did give a shipping discount of $1.72. So my profit was $12.59, and it sold in 79 days. I love picking up this brand. Most everything that I've purchased has sold, so it has a really good sell-through rate for myself. Then I sold this Pistola lighter wash Audrey mid-rise skinny distressed jeans. They did have just a little bit of distressing right here on the knees. Did I say knees or jeans? It is so late. It's not even that late. It's 7:30, but it's late in my head. So real life here. It sold for $30, which was a little bit lower than I was hoping because I did have $9.99 into them at a local thrift store. But I still made $14.01, and it sold in 50 days. So decently quick flip. I mentioned before, Patagonia, love picking it up. I've heard people call it Patagucci, but this was a dark blue, and I know it's coming off purple on here, but it is indeed dark blue. A long sleeve Capilene Cool Trail shirt. So these are meant for layering, but they're also thick enough that you could just wear it, on a warmer day just by itself. So this sold for $25. My cost of goods was $5.99 at a local Goodwill, and I did give $1.72 shipping discount. So my profit was $12.29, and it sold in 52 days. So the theme of last week was decently quick flips. Back over to eBay for, I believe, the last eBay sale from last week. And this was a torrid wine purple floral skull printed wrap tunic. It was, of course, torrid, but it was plus size. It was a 4X or a 4. They use vanity sizing. But I wanted to show you this print a little bit up close. So you can see here it has skulls and roses and flowers. Very beautiful. I cannot pull this off, but it's very beautiful. This sold on eBay, and I had $4.49 into it from a Goodwill, but it sold for $32.65, including shipping. My shipping cost $6.22 to ship it out, and so my profit ended up being $17.09, and it sold in 39 days. All right, so next item, and the rest of the items were all on Poshmark. This is a pair of Pistola Aline coated black skinny jeans. Again, the skinny jeans are still selling for me. These did have a little bit of a sheen. I did include a stock photo in here, but you can kind of see in some of these pictures, there was a little bit of a sheen to it as well. So these sold for $28. They were in a smaller size, I believe a size 24, but they still sold. They sold for $28. My cost of goods was $8.49 at Goodwill. And so my profit was $13.91, but these took a long time to sell. It took 343 days. All right, so Fabletics. I do not do well with Fabletics. I've picked it up in the past, and it could just be the items that I pick up, but just does not do well for me. However, this was actually out of my own closet. I just wasn't wearing them and wanted to sell them and get a little bit of the money that I had, purchased them for. I think I got them at a Goodwill, so I really didn't have that much into them anyway. But this is a pair of Fabletics, pink, black, floral, Define Power Hold leggings. I find, though, that the ones that do sell are kind of those power hold styles. So this was a plus size. It was a 3X, which I think also helped it, but it sold for $12. My cost of goods I'm associating is $0 because I bought it a while back and I don't remember what I had into it, but it was just from my own closet. I did give a shipping discount of $1.72. So my profit was $7.33, and it sold in 89 days. So took 3 months to sell. It sold for a really low price. I just don't pick up Fabletics that much anymore, unless it's like new with tag or something like that. All right, so this year, we're starting something new. My husband has pretty much always gone thrifting with me. He likes to find things for me. He's learned the brands, and I'll show you another item here that kind of proves that, but he just likes to go thrifting with me and spend time with me, and he's wonderful, and I love you if you're watching. But We started this thing this year where we note down the items that he finds for me that I do pick up, and then I'm giving him a cut of the profit that I make. In the past, my profit from reselling has just gone into my savings. It's helped me pay off my car, pay down my student loans, and all of that. But my car's been paid off for like a year now, and student loans, I got down so low, and hopefully they'll be forgiven the rest of it. But we're going to just kind of padding our savings right now. So we decided to go ahead and do that. I think he deserves a cut of it for helping me find some great things. And so this was one of those great things. This is actually the first thing this year, actually the second thing this year that sold that we had notated he had found. So this was a Free People kind of pinkish brown ruffle my feathers mini wrap skirt. And he found this at the bins. It sold for $28 with a $1.72 shipping discount. And because he found it at the bins, it was $1.43 average cost of goods that day. So my total profit was $19.25. And of course, I'm giving him a cut of that, like I mentioned. And it sold really quick. It sold one day after I listed it. So way to go, babe. All right, speaking of him finding things, he did find this Patagonia men's red and brown plaid long sleeve button-up shirt. It was, I believe vintage. Let me show you this tag here. It definitely looks older to me, and I actually believe, yep, fall of 02. So it actually just hit vintage, but it was in really good condition. Now he found two right next to each other. I'm assuming the same person donated both. There was a more yellow color and this color. And when I photographed them, I remembered that there was one of the buttons was nicked, and I thought I took a picture of it. I did not. And I could not remember when I listed them, which one had the nicked button. So I put it on both, and I figure whichever one sells that doesn't have the nicked button, the person will just be, happy that it's not nicked. So this was the first one of the two that sold. I actually think this is the one that had the nicked button, but I just said that on both to cover myself. So this sold for $25. We found it at a local thrift store. And so I paid $5.67. My profit was $14.33. And it sold in 3 days, and the buyer already accepted it, and it gave me positive feedback, or 5-star review, I guess, on Poshmark. All right, we're getting towards the end here. The next item was this Athleta Havana Brown Rockland ribbed athleisure sweater. I like to put athletic and athleisure in my titles. I feel like that can sometimes help when someone's looking for those type of items. But this sold for $25. I had $7.49 into it at a local thrift store. My profit was $12.51, and this sold in exactly 90 days. All right. I also sold this other Pistola pair of jeans, but this was a new pair, and it was kind of this mauve rose dark pink color. It was called the Anais skinny ankle denim jeans. So again, that skinny style is still selling pretty well for me. But I did sit on this for quite a while. So it sold for $20. I did go ahead and just decide to accept that offer because I've been sitting on it so long. I had $7.49 into it at a Goodwill. And so my profit was $8.51, but I had it 386 days. We're getting low on space to hold stuff, so I was accepting offers. The next item was this boys Vineyard Vines long sleeve shirt. It was hockey themed. So when you got close to the whale, it's like a hockey, the ice and the lines, I don't know what it's called, the place where the hockey is played. But I had actually sold this exact same shirt before. And so I picked this one up, and it sold pretty quickly. I originally think I had it for 18, and someone offered me 14, and I gladly accepted. I actually got this for only 50 cents at a thrift store that's about an hour and a half away, that does discounted like color tags on Sundays. And this was a little bit ago when I purchased it, and it used to be 50 cents. I think now it's 75 cents, but only paid 50 cents for it. It sold for $14. So my profit was $10.55, and it sold in 7 days. So only a week. All right, so shout out again to my husband. He found this Sweaty Betty pair of like tile. I called it a puzzle piece just because that's what this print kind of reminded me of. But he found this, and I'm going to show you, this was the only way he actually found it. He said he felt it was like a good quality, and he had recognized that this was a Sweaty Betty logo. So he is doing great finding those logos and knowing what they are. But he found this, it actually had the size cut out, all of the tags cut out. So I had to measure it. But it did sell for $30, and my cost of goods was $4.99 at a local consignment store. I did give a $1.72 shipping discount, so my profit was $17.29, but it sold really fast in 10 days. All right, then I had a 3-item bundle. So I do have a bundle discount set up in my store for 15% off 3 or more items. But typically when someone bundles those, or if they like that many items, I'll bundle it and send them an even better offer. In this case, I saw that someone liked one item. I sent them an offer. They declined, but then added 2 more items and then sent me an offer that was, lower than what my 15% off was. And I was happy to accept that. So I'm going to go over each of these items. So this one is an Athleta purple Go Time tank top. So I had this for 114 days. I purchased it at a Second Avenue thrift store for $3.49. The second item was the exact same tank top, exact same size, just a different color. So this was a coral pink Go Time tank top. And so I got it at Second Avenue the exact same day for $3.49. This sold the same day I listed it, so 0 days. And then the last item was this Athleta cobalt blue half zip Pacifica short sleeve top. So you can see here, instead of like a quarter button up, it had a quarter zip. So this, I had $4.99 into it from a local thrift store, and I had that for 141 days. So in total for all 3 items, I believe they were, let's see here, something like 80 something dollars. And she had actually offered me 50, and I was happy to accept that. So my total profit for all 3 items was $28.03, which I think is like $9.30 something cents profit per item. Alrighty, so next I sold this Ariat women's fire resistant crew neck. So reason I could tell that is on the sleeve it did say FR, and then one of the tags talks about flame resistance. You can't remove that, et cetera, et cetera. So this was a women's kind of V-neck, even though it was crew neck, but then it had a tiny little V-neck in it. But it was a women's fire resistant top, long sleeve. It sold for $20. I had $4.99 into it. And so my profit was $11.01. And it sold the same day I listed it. I love those super fast flips because then I don't have to inventory it. Then I sold this pair of Crocs, kids blue and white Croc Band 2 sandals. They were a size 12 and 13. I think it was one of those where like you could be in between them, but it had both of those on there. These sold for $18. My cost of goods was only $2.49 at a local thrift store. And so my profit was $11.91, and it sold in 16 days. And this was a really good sell. This was a Lululemon Hyperflow pink floral base pace leggings or tights, and they sold for $55. I think my like what I had it listed for was $65. So someone sent me a $55 offer. I was absolutely accepting that. My cost of goods was $5.99 from a Goodwill. And so my profit was $38.01, and it sold in 57 days. So within 2 months. And the last item that sold, actually sold last night, was this Prana gray and black striped Fallbrook long sleeve top. It sold for $15 with a $1.72 shipping discount. My cost of goods was $5.99. And so my profit was only $4.29, but I'd had this 338 days. So I was ready to get rid of it. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys had some really good sales starting out February. I know it's a shorter month, but hopefully sales will continue being pretty good for me. I think I had a good number of sales. I actually didn't count, so I'll put it right here how much, like how many items I actually sold. But as I continue doing these what sold videos, I will have a little bit more information in here. I'm a little rusty and I wanted to go ahead and get one out. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.